Stampers, this is Trevis. Thanks for joining me today for Video Tuesday. Today we're going to be continuing some watercoloring, and I'm going to be using the watercolor pencils and a blender pen. Not the blend markers, but a blender pen, which you don't see very much anymore. People don't use these as much as they did, 3 in a pack, and they're filled with liquid. And they're super easy to use, so we're going to be using those today. So the stamp set that I'm going to be using is Forever Friendship. This stamp set is in the mini catalog, along with a ton of other holiday products, right? So this one really stood out to me because it's not a holiday set. It's more of a versatile set. It's a cling stamp set, which is perfect for this because I'm going to be using Stays On ink. And I love red rubber when I'm using the Stays On ink. I prefer that over the photopolymer sets. So, and you probably know the reason, right? Is because that is a solvent ink, and when you use the remover, it's hard on the plastic of a photopolymer set versus the red rubber. It's much easier. So I'm going to be using that today. I'm also going to be using Stitched with Whimsy. Okay, this set of dies, there are 6 dies in this set, and they actually are more of an embossing die. Okay, so they're not a cutting die, they're an embossing die, and I'm going to be using that with my cut and emboss today. So I'm also going to be using the SaleABration product that is called Pool Party and Soft Seafoam cards and envelopes. So you get 20 of each. These are adorable, pre-cut, pre-scored card bases. Okay, so we're going to be using this today as the base of our card. They also have the matching envelopes that come with them, so you get 20 card bases and 20 envelopes. And so they're lined with the Pool Party Designer Series paper, so that's going to be our second color. We're going to be using soft sea foam, we're going to be using white cardstock, and then I'm also going to bring in some Pool Party. Okay, so let's get started today. Okay, so what I did was I did a little pre-work, not a lot, but I did a little, and I actually used the die, and I just went through the cut and emboss on thick white cardstock, and then I just went around and kind of followed the embossed die, and I just cut around it and made it that size. Okay, so that's what I'm going to stamp my image on. The image I'm going to use from Forever Friendship is the plants. Okay, so I'm going to use that stamp. And stamp that in Stays On ink. I'm using black Stays On. I hope it's inked up nice. Oh yeah, it's inked up nicely. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp that on here. Good. Okay, so now we want to clean the stamp, right? So we want to use our Stays On remover, and we want to just dab it on the stamp and then let that sit for a few minutes so that it will remove that Stays On ink from the stamp. All right. While that's doing its thing, I'm going to use my pencils. So we have 2 sets of pencils. We have assortment 2, which came out a little bit later than assortment 1. So this set they're both still available. This set actually has 13 pencils, and this one actually has 10. Okay, different colors, all current colors, which is nice. So I'm mostly going to use this assortment 2. And I'm just going to put them out so I can see them. So they have the names of the colors on the pencils, but they also have the end of the pencil in the color. So if you pull them out, it's easier to tell what you're using. So what I'm going to do first is just use my pencils, and I'm going to color in some of these plants. Lots of nice greens in here. I'm going to use, this one is garden green. And I think garden green would be perfect for this succulent. Okay, so I'm just going to color these in. Okay, now going to take my blender pen, and you can feel if they're wet. That means there's lots of fluid in there. And you just blend it. And actually makes it soft and really pretty. Okay. And then to clean it, just go like this and clean off the color. It's ready. You're ready for the next color. Next color I'm going to use is Granny Apple Green. Do this plant. So this stamp set's so cute, right? Because anything with a typewriter just draws my eye to it because of what I did for a living. I was in the secretarial field, and whenever I see a typewriter, it takes me back to before computers when we used typewriters for everything. And this stamp set has adorable sayings. It says, "Our friendship will live forever, unlike most of the plants I've owned." That's totally me. I cannot keep a plant alive for anything. The only plant I have in my house, really, I'm thinking now, is one, and it's fake. So there's that. Okay, and then my next color I'm going to use is Old Olive. So I'm going to go to this color. Let's see if I can find Old Olive. Is this it? Nope. Take them out, Trevis, so you can see them. The last one. And then I'm going to color this plant. What is this called? It's like an, I don't even know, elephant leaf. Something like that. I do love flowers, and I love to plant flowers. I love how they look. I'm not good at taking care of them. My husband does all the watering of the plants outside, and I obviously love how they look because he keeps them alive. But Trevis is not good at taking care of them. So this is going to be the perfect saying for me. Okay, now I need what do I do with my blender pen? I swear I can, oh, here it is. I swear I can lose something in like a heartbeat. So now I'm just gonna blend these real quick. And the pencils, can't remember the price on them, but they are reasonably priced. It's kind of like the pastels. It's something that you can get a lot for your money, get a lot of bang for your money. But a lot of people just go to the pads, or they go to the markers or the blends, which is fine. Okay, clean that off. Now I'm going to bring in a little color. And I think what I want to bring in now is Bermuda Bay. Coastal Cabana. You know what? I think I'm going to bring in some blue. Because I have so much green going on, I think I need some color. So I'm just going to color that in. Okay, and then how about some, what color is this? Rich Razzleberry. See, I think that's supposed to be kind of brown, so I think I'm going to leave that one. Like I said, I'm not a plant person. I don't really know that much about plants. And I'm going to maybe do a little black. I like that there's a black. So I'm just going to color these little things in black. Yeah, honestly, if you're not into coloring, this stamp set is still cute because you can just do something simple with it. You don't have to do what I'm doing here. And the last color I'm going to use, I'm going to use that too. I'm going to use Cajun Craze. I'm actually going to do this. I think this is kind of one of those where it has like the moss in it and the, I don't know, like a wire basket kind of thing. Okay, let's blend those real quick. And since I'm using Stays On ink, there's no bleeding. So if I had used Memento ink, yes, it would be bleeding. And I would not be happy. So that's used stays on. And we do have the brown stays on too, right? So there's a thought for you. If you don't like the black, the deep, you know, starkness of the black, you can definitely use the brown stays on. Now these, you have to be careful because these will, if you touch each color, it will bleed together. So, okay. And then the last thing I have here is just a gray, and I'm just going to just do a little line like that, just so it looks like that's not sitting in midair. I'm not even going to blend that. I hope I don't have these mixed up. I may have to go through them later. Okay, so there we have that. All right, I'm going to move these. Okay, and get those out of my way. So now I have my card base, and I am going to use the Stitch with Whimsy. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to run this through my cut and emboss. So since this is a die, even though it's a embossing die, you still need to use your platform, which is 1. Okay, and then you need to use 2, and then you need to use your plates. Okay, and the reason is because this is a die. It's not an embossing folder. Okay, so now I'm just going to run this through my cut and emboss. And I have that. And I also got a little smudge on there from something. I think it's a little glue smudge. There we go. Okay, so isn't that so cute? It's going to be cute with this. I think I'm going to offset this. All right. So now I just need to stamp a saying, and I did pick Pool Party cardstock because Pool Party inside the envelope, so it tells me those 2 colors look good together. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stamp that. Our friendship will live forever. So cute. And I'm just going to stamp that in Memento. So this is why I have Memento ink here. I'm going to use this for my saying. Our friendship will live forever. Oh, that font is so cute. And then I do want to use, unlike most of the plants I've owned, okay, so this one is going to go on the inside of the card. I'm going to stamp that later. Okay, so right now I need a pair of scissors. Where are my scissors? Cannot create without scissors. Okay, I think I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to do a backward fishtail. And I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. And since I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals, I'm just going to put, I'll show you. So I'm going to put 4 dimensionals on here. Make it 5. Okay. I debated on putting it this way and stamping it that way, but I really like it this way better, I think. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little adhesive on this side. To see, this is already popped up. So I don't want to pop it up again on that end, just this side. Okay, and then I'm going to use some of our Adhesive Back Seasonal Sequins. Okay, so these are in the mini catalog, and you get all of these. Get a sheet of each. So you get Sweet Sorbet, Garden Green, Gold, and White. And what colors do I want to use? And so I just cut the top off. I'm like weird about packaging, right? I always want to keep my packaging easy to access, but if I tear this whole thing off, then it's just like, oh, what am I going to put them in? So I just cut the top off like that. And then I'm going to use the garden green, I think. It's going to be really bold. I want gold instead or white? I think I want white. I think I'm going to go with the white. It's not as drastic as the green. I could go with both. I could put a little bit of both, but I think I'm just going to go with that. Okay, so now I'm going to fold my card, which I should have done ahead of time. And I'm going to stamp that saying on the inside. It says, unlike most plants I've owned. And I'm going to stamp it a little bit high because I want some space to write on my card. Okay, and then I have the matching envelope, which is adorable. It's cute on the flap. It's also cute on the inside. And a little bit right there. So these actually are designed to go with that Splendid Thoughts set. So that's exactly the stamp from Splendid Thoughts. But hey, it goes with everything. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this card today, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.